Good morning and welcome to our live crafting session today. It is Monday the 15th of July 2024. My name is Jenny McCormac. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire, and that's here in the UK. Thank you for joining us. I trust if you're joining live, I do hope you had a great weekend. The weather was great here. Obviously we had a lot going on in terms of sports here for the UK. That's all done and dusted. Wimbledon's over. The UEFA football is over. And so we're back to a level of normality. We have a new stamp set this week. It is called Changing Leaves. This is one of our new online products, so you won't see it printed in a catalogue, but if you go online you will find all the information about this fabulous stamp set and coordinating products. The stamp set itself is photopolymer, which makes it really easy to use. As you can see, there are 3 leaves in the set, and there are 5 sentiments that go with it. The leaves are bigger than you can see on the front, because obviously they have to have this other information on there. So we have this very large leaf, and then we have a sycamore, or like a maple leaf, that's the one I'm thinking of, and then this one, which is what I'm going to use this morning. So you can just buy the stamp set on its own and utilise that. Good morning, Catherine. Or you can use some of the additional products that come available with it. The first one is this fantastic hybrid embossing folder. And hybrid means it not only embosses, but it cuts the embossed images out for you. Now, it's really difficult to show you on the screen with any detail, but this is the embossing folder. It's a nice big 6" by 6" folder, and I've just put a small panel in there, so that's not the whole thing. And we have the embossed detail on here, and what I've done here is I've actually applied the dies as well, which fit in the folder, so I will show you that. And I've just run an ink pad over here so that you can see the embossing. There we go. Really stunning for a wedding card in white or vanilla or basic beige. Basic beige would be my colour of choice actually for today, but I've just run out and it's currently sadly out of stock. It is due in by the end of the month. So this is the stamp set exactly as stamped. So obviously this works entirely on its own. I've stamped that in crumb cake, and then along with the dies that cut out these 3 main leaves, the dies also cut out these 4 different leaves, so you can use those in conjunction. And then we have 3 die cut labels. This is a really useful, slightly longer rounded label. Small one here that would fit the here for you, and then a circular one that would fit I couldn't have done it without you, plus any other sentiments you may have at home. So I'm busily looking for the folder to show you, and it's here. So it is a 6" by 6" folder. Actually, if I turn this over, you might be able to see it a little bit better, like so. Sorry about the glare from the lights. There we go. So as well as those 3 leaves that we have these elements here, and then I just want to show you how the dies work quickly, which I've just buried somewhere. Here they are. So those are all the standard dies, but this clever one here cuts out, let me just grab that here. So it cuts out the three elements together, and the way that that works is if you look at the embossing folder here, the die will fit in the embossing folder and it would just line up. I had to say that I did add a little bit of tape on mine just to hold it in place, but what that allows you to do is pop the embossing folder and the die in together, place your piece of card, now we'll show you this later in the week, place your piece of card on top, run the whole thing through, and that will not only emboss your piece but cut it out at the same time. Hi Jill, and hi Carol, good morning to you. If you only wanted one of the leaves, then all you would need to do is just pop your piece onto there, and in fact I've got my machine just here, so let me do that quickly. She says it might be easier said than done. There we go. I'll just do that so you can see it, and I will feature this more later in the week. So I've got my base plate. I'm going to put my piece in here. Actually it would be better if I did it the other way around, wouldn't it really? That way around. So let's position this back, and just get it in position, it fits really snugly. Like that. Really just aiming for this one, but I've got this one as well. So I'm just going to run that through the machine with our grey specialty embossing plate. And don't worry about it cutting into the embossing folder. It won't do that as long as you have it in the right place. There we go. Right, I got there. So if I lift those off, you've got that odd leaf there. So I know this is not the best colour at all to show that in, but if I put it against here maybe you'll see it. So there it is, cut and embossed, and there's this one here, cut and embossed. Pretty sure you can't see that detail, but that will feature later in the week. Today we're just going to be using the stamp set on its own, just for some simple stamping for our coffee and card. So I've now buried everything I needed. Okay, so I'm going to have a switch up of colours, and I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss today. So I've got a piece of white card that measures 9.5 centimetres by 13.85. I've got a piece of Blackberry Bliss that is 10 centimetres by 14.35. I've got a spare piece in case I mess it up. And then I have a white base card that is half of an A4 sheet, so scored at 10.5 centimetres down the middle of the long side, and then that's going to be our layer. And I've got an envelope as well, and I'm just literally going to do some stamping just with one set of the leaves. Now I like all of these, probably, well, either of these have been my favourite, this one less so, but only because of the style as much as anything. So I've got Blackberry Bliss. Yeah, you can just about see the detail, but Catherine, luckily I'll bring it with me to Coffee and Card. I think Michelle last posted a great one with the detail. I think it was white she used, so you can see it on there, but obviously it's never as good as the real thing. So let's just ink this up. Perfect. So I'm just going to literally ink around the edges, and I think what I'm going to do is do one and then stamp one off. So I've got, let's just bring this down a little bit like that. So I've got a lighter version. Obviously you could use lots of different colours as well. Great for autumn cards, of course, that goes without saying, but also greens for spring colours. And I think leaves are a great design, especially for men's cards where you don't want it too floral. So this is going to be full strength. And I do like the stalks to be off the page, although obviously these could be leaves just falling, couldn't they? So I'm going to stamp this one off again, and I can probably fill most of that gap like so. Morning Caroline, thank you for joining us this morning. There we go, so there we've got our leaves stamped, just one colour, but I've stamped it off in between. And of course don't forget that with, if you've got the dies with the stencils, you can, of course I've got the wrong piece, haven't I? But you could use the negative piece of this as a stencil just to go over in a different colour, for example. So it would be the negative part of that. So cover the outside area and then colour it in if you wanted a different effect. No, it doesn't look much paler, does it? I have to say it is a little bit. I think I could have almost got away with third generation, really, couldn't I, Catherine? Okay, now I have a little, one of the little labels. So what I'm going to do is stamp that sentiment that says a little note to brighten your day. The other ones say you're amazing in every single way, couldn't have done it without you, here for you, and a little thank you there. So I'm going to use a little note to brighten your day, which is a really sweet sentiment. So this is a nice stitched label and a useful size, this as well. Just bringing this down to the bottom. Hopefully get it fairly straight. So this is going to go on there. I'm going to wrap some ribbon around it. Now I'm just thinking what I could do is, if I wanted to do a little bit of background, I could cover up the leaves like so and use a blending brush around it. What I'm going to do is see if I have a blending brush to hand that I could just use like a very pale pink. We had a class in Bucky on Saturday, which was really good. It's a lovely venue and lovely people. So just see if I can take some of this off and go around the edges just to fill in that white space, really. As I said, I would have chosen basic beige. Like so. So I'm just going to bring this around the edge. So I don't, because I'm using the same colour, I'm not covering those edges up, the leaves up rather. And you could also stamp that nice, I couldn't have done it without you, in the middle and stamped around it, or used one of our new sentiment stamps that are also online. So if anybody needs the title of this to look it up, go to our online store and look up Changing Leaves, and the number is 164351. I think it will be particularly popular as well. Okay, so I'm just going to do that, and then just going to add a little bit on the inside. Now if you had to hand a little stamp maybe with some dots or something, you could add those in just to soften it again. I'm going to pop this on here, I think. Right, let's cover that up quickly, and let's add some. I've gone for gold because I don't happen to have any Blackberry Bliss. I might just do this a little bit further up here, or this way. That's the nice thing about doing it around the edge, is you can make it go any way you like. I don't do it like that actually, because I've got a little bit where I caught the ink. So I'm going to do it like that and cover it up. So I'm just going to cut this little piece to size with about 2 centimeters either side, and ideally I could use some tape, but that's packed away, so I'm just going to use a little bit there. Oh, absolutely. Is there too much outline? No, there's not too much. Well, no, it's not too much outline. So Catherine's suggestion is you can mix up the leaves, obviously, and also use the back of this stamp. So when you clean it off, turn the stamp over, and then use that as a highlight to go round with a different or lighter colour. Catherine also says you can cut the pan on Blackberry Bliss as well. Oh, then a split and attach behind. Oh, this one here. Yes, you definitely could. Right, just put that down, make sure I don't press it. So let's add this piece of lovely gold ribbon. Go. Fold it round onto my tape, and then straighten it up. Okay. Yes, I'm happy with that as it is. Okay, so I'm going to pop that onto my Blackberry Bliss layer like that. So just add some more seal. I'll put a little bit in the middle. Go, and then that's going to go on top. I'm going to pop that on with some dimensionals, and what I want to do is straddle this ribbon, so I'm just going to have a little bit on the top and the bottom. Oh, I was practicing on the back of that, look. Okay, so I'm just using the edge of the dimensionals. If you've got the dimensional foam pad pack, which is like a complete sheet, that's quite useful for cutting layers down, or the dimensional strips. Take that backing off. There we are. A little note to brighten your day. You could also stamp a little edge of those leaves as well if you wanted to. I have this like so. To move that down a little bit. That's it. And then if you wanted to add a little bit of a bow in here, just going to cut a little piece and wrap it around like that, and then trim any excess off. Right, and that's going to go onto a white card like so. So nice and simple for this morning, and this is what we'll be doing at Coffee and Card starting tomorrow. So using all the different leaves and colours like so. There we are, and it'd be quite nice, I think, to add a few little gold dots into there, if I can locate them quickly. No, I can't. I will add them on. They're in my other bag ready for Coffee and Cards, so I'm not going to disrupt everything. But I will add some of those on for a little bit of detail. So there we go. I hope you like that. Nice and simple, clean and simple card. I can't wait to see what everybody does with this. So this is only using 2 stamps from the set. The large leaf, the middle leaf, which I've used by stamping off once to get the effect of 2 different colours. It's not really noticeable. Maybe 3rd generation would have worked as well. And then just added that sentiment on, and then I did use a blending brush with a little bit of whatever pink was left on there, so it looks like a little bit of bubble bath, a little bit of melon mambo. So there we go. So I hope you like it. One thing I will do to finish off is just stamp the inside and the envelope, and we are done and dusted. So let's pop that on there. So do check out our online exclusives. Let's make sure that's inked up though. And let's do full strength. And then let's do this one. So this is 3rd generation. There we go. That's better, isn't it? As a better contrast. And then my envelope, I'll pop over here on the back. So there's one. Could redo that. Oh, I meant to put that in the middle, never mind. Not to worry. There we go. Okay, so there's 3 leaves on the back. Obviously I could put it on the front, why not? Let's go. Whole hog. There we are. our finished card. So I hope you like that. I hope to see lots of different colour combinations. If anybody coming to Coffee and Card has a particular colour combination you would like, then let me know and I'll make sure I bring the card and the inks to match. So there we are. I will add a little bit of gold bling, but I hope in the meantime you like the card and the design, and watch out for more from us. I hope you enjoyed our double up week last week where Sam Dempsey Clark from the Little Greenhouse Crates used the same stamp set. So there are 4 videos plus 2 of mine that started and stopped, and in fact I do have another one of Sam's to share as well, so look out for that later today. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for stopping with me. If you're watching on catch up, do say hi. It's always nice to know who's watching on replay, whether that's here on Facebook or whether you're watching on YouTube. Thank you so much everybody. Have a great week and bye for now.